The Stoics had some very strong opinions about a lot of things: virtue, duty, the pursuit of wisdom. But they were also surprisingly forthright about physical intimacy, sex, lust, and desire. And today, we're going to talk about what Stoicism teaches us about pleasure. It's me. Welcome to this channel. Every week we explore ancient philosophy to help you live a better life. Now, when it comes to matters of the flesh, the Stoics have a complicated and at times contradictory legacy. On one hand, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The act of marriage is a joining of souls." And yet Epictetus says, don't have sexual relations with your wife. You don't know whether you're doing something right or wrong. Whoa, so which is it? Are we supposed to embrace or avoid sex? Well, the answer, as with most things in Stoicism, is complicated and nuanced. But if we take a step back and look at the big picture, what Stoicism ultimately teaches us about pleasure, about sex, is that the key to a good life is balance. It's not about total abstinence or unrestrained indulgence, but finding the middle path, the path of moderation. Think of it like this. You can view sex as an act of connection, a way to bond with another person and experience the joy of physical intimacy. Or you can view it as a distraction from the more important things in life, a way to indulge our base desires and take our focus off of duty and virtue. The Stoics would argue that both of these views are correct. Sex can be an act of connection, or it can be a distraction. It all depends on our attitude and our intentions going into it. Epictetus says that pleasure is not bad in itself, but it's what we do in pursuit of pleasure that matters. If we use sex to connect with our partner, to express love and affection, then there's nothing wrong with that. But if we use sex to simply indulge our desires and take pleasure for granted, then we're missing the point. So what's the solution? How do we find this balance? Well, the Stoics would say that the key is to be mindful and intentional with our sexuality, to be aware of our motivations and desires, and to use them as fuel for a virtuous life, not as distractions from it. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with sexual imagery and innuendos, it can be difficult to maintain this kind of balance. But it's important to remember that the Stoics believed that we have the power to choose how we respond to external stimuli. We can choose to ignore the meaningless and focus on what truly matters. So what does this mean for you? It means that you have the power to choose how you respond to sexual temptation. You get to decide whether to view sex as a distraction from your more important duties, or as an opportunity to connect with your partner on a deeper level. It also means that you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to experience pleasure, but you should be mindful of why you're seeking it out. Ultimately, Stoicism is about balance. It's about finding the middle path between too much and too little. So when it comes to pleasure, find what works for you. Just remember to be intentional and don't lose sight of what truly matters. I'm here. Thanks for watching. Okay, if you want to learn more about Stoicism, I've got some other videos right here. If you want to learn more about sex, well, I guess this channel isn't for you.